को बेलामा के गर्ने त नि कसरी युटिलिटीबाट पावर आइराखेको थियो अब युटिलिटीबाट पावर आएन इन सम केस सो हाउ डु वी प्रोसिड हैन त्यस्तो बेलामा चाहिँ कसरी अगाडि बढ्ने भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ इट गिभ्स अस द आइडिया when utility power is lost in the facility the following chains of events occur utility को पावर जाने हाम्रोमा पनि बत्तीहरू जाने आउने गर्छ हैन त्यस्तै डाटा सेन्टरमा नि बत्ती कहिले पनि जाँदैन भन्ने हुँदैन okay sometimes there is power cut so the first thing is when there is power cut the UPS supplies power to the security and data center so data center means serversहरुकोमा सबभन्दा पहिला बत्ती जाने बित्तिकै UPS को ब्याकअपबाट ब्याट्रीबाट सप्लाई हुने भयो then its total estimation time is 20 minutes okay the power it will provide normally but sometimes some data centers might keep the backup for as long as 8 hours okay so it's not hard and fast rule that it is the time okay it gives us some time to restart our generators so after we start after we give power to data center and security with UPS then emergency generator starts and automatic transfer switch ATS transfer to emergency power so normally for we have the time UPS time for 20 minutes okay so if it's like it won't hold the power won't come for 20 minutes then they will try to start up the generator okay so automatic so if they start the generator then ATS will transfer the power from generator switchgear routes power to critical and non-critical loads so UPS ले चाहिँ critical loadहरुमा दिदैन हैन data center र security को लागि मात्रै दिन्छ okay not to cooling and everything so it does not provide UPS does not provide for cooling and other mechanisms it will just provide UPS provides power to security data center to servers and then to routers okay and HVACs okay it's not quite sure if they do provide it for HVACs and all these things and UPS transfers to normal operation and data center and security are powered by the emergency generator so UPS when it gets energy or power from generator then it's back to normal okay so it's again recharged the UPS is recharged by generator and it's so we don't have utility but we have power from the generators when normal power is resumed the automatic transfer switch routes power to utility and critical and non-critical loads are powered अनि त्यसपछि फेरि अरु क्रिटिकल नन क्रिटिकल लोड्सहरु चाहिँ युटिलिटीको पावर आएपछि ATS automatic switch transfer okay it routes power back from the utility okay then the generator is turned off त्यसरी चाहिँ पहिला UPS ले मात्र धान्ने okay पावर गएको केसमा basically security and service and त्यसपछि it will switch to generator okay and then when the power is back again it will transfer back to the utility and then it will again have the normal operations and all the critical and non-critical loads will be operated from the utility so it's just like the home तपाईको घरमा जसरी बत्तीहरु कम्प्युटरहरु इन्भर्टरबाट चल्छ हैन more or less is the same case with the data centers okay this was the last chapter in electricals okay so today we will start a new chapter and second last chapter which is known as building management and EMS or building automation we call it building automation and energy management system. So in this chapter, uh, here I forgot to keep the keywords. Okay, keywords. Two type of keywords are BMS and EMS. Okay, I forgot to keep that one. One is building management system, and another is energy management system. These are two different type of management system. BMS is related to hardware. Okay, you have hardware implementation to automate or oversee or monitor all those systems, whereas EMS is more analytical, okay, data related. And then there are also other management systems such as power management system, okay, power quality monitoring, or PLC SCADA control system related to generators, load setting, IT cabinet monitoring, environment monitoring system, assets management. So there are various type of management system in data centers, but in our course we'll be discussing about BMS and EMS, okay, building management system and energy management system. BMS, a typical data center must provide consistent, stable power even in the event of utility outage. भन्नुको मतलब बिजुली बत्ती गयो भने पनि it should operate, okay, as well as cooling, physical site security, lighting, fire suppression, and other systems. अब सर्भर र ऊ मात्रै नभएर कुलिङहरू पनि चल्नु पर्यो, okay, with the generator. Physical site security, there should be security, lighting, fire suppression, and other systems. This should also activate even when there is no utility. So that mechanism has to be in place. Although many of these are common to a typical office building, their use in data centers required added capabilities or special measures owing to the critical purpose. Data center अलिकति critical भएको हुनाले service 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year provide गर्नुपर्ने हुनाले, so it is critical that all of these things operate consistently, होइन? So for instance, fire suppression should ideally enable extinguishing fires without destroying servers and other equipment. जस्तै अब in case there is fire, होइन, जस्तै तपाईँको इलेक्ट्रिकल धेरै भएको ठाउँमा फायर हुँदैन भन्ने हुँदैन, okay? So if there is fire, you shouldn't damage other equipments, होइन, other equipments damage नभइकन you have to put out the fire. त्यस्तो mechanism चाहियो, automated mechanism चाहियो. Even with monitoring equipment in place such as temperature and humidity sensors, power monitoring, various security measures, and so on, it may not be practical to hire personnel to record the measurement or keep an eye on all these facilities. तपाईँको अब सबै मेजरमेन्ट्स हुँदाहुँदै पनि अब एउटा मान्छेले चाहिँ सबै रेकर्ड गर्ने, हेर्ने, त्यो चाहिँ के भएन त, द्याट इज मोर लाइक नट अटोमेटेड, होइन? त्यो के भन्छ त्यसलाई, इट्स लाइक it's not automated. What you call it? If it's not automated, any terms? Uh, there's a special term, okay? You do it physical.
Manual.
Okay? A manual, yes. Manual, automated by we call it manual, okay? So यसरी manual गर्दाखेरि that is not practical in data centers, okay? It should be automated, होइन? सबै कुरा एकदम सिस्टममा हुनको लागि we require an automated system. A business handles the work of monitoring and recording data for various infrastructure systems. So to automate the system, we have this BMS, building management system, which will handle the work of monitoring. So all of the data, it comes to a place, and then it gives the idea of the status of the data center. Data center कुन सिचुएसन छ, यसको टेम्परेचर कति छ, ह्युमिडिटी कति छ, यसका अरू पार्ट्सहरूको अपरेसन कस्तो छ, okay? If they are activated, not activated, are they in the ready position or not, okay? Everything is there automated. BMS could be considered a subset of functions included in data center infrastructure management. So DCIM को एउटा subset, okay? It is not BMS is not DCIM, okay? यसले सबै data center infrastructure management काम गर्न सक्दैन, but it is just the subset. It is a part of data center infrastructure management. Provides integration and single pane of glass monitoring and controlling all aspects of the data center, including IT. So it's like it provides the details of each of the parts or each of the components that resides in data center. तपाईँ एउटा गाडी, if you have a car, then you have your front board, no, which provides all the details about fuel, speed, and your kilometers and so many things. Okay, त्यसरी नै एउटा pane of glass, which a single pane of glass भनेको सबै डिटेल्स चाहिँ एउटै ठाउँमा accumulate गरेर it gives the overall details about the data center. Regardless of whether you differentiate DCIM from BMS, this system illustrates the move of data center towards greater integration of various systems and centralized control and monitoring of entire facility. So it's the most critical aspect of DCIM, okay? And it provides centralized monitoring of all the components or parts, okay, of the data center. BMS enables data center managers to more promptly respond to problems as well as to identify, diagnose, and address potential problems before they affect operations. जस्तै मोनिटर गर्दाखेरि कता अब केही कुराहरू कतै इस्युजहरू आयो भने त्यो इस्युजले प्रब्लम क्रिएट गर्नुभन्दा पहिल्यै it helps to resolve that issue. Okay, that's why we use BMS. That's the function of BMS. So building management system, so it basically monitors five different categories. Okay, it will look into energy, lighting, heating, electricity, look into environment protection, water, waste, temperature, so internal and external wind speed or something like that, or maybe like particles, dust particles and everything, sound level, vibration, torque, stress, other biological factors. It will also look over access control, user roles, so who are allowed and not, okay, about security. And then building control related to monitoring systems like HVAC, servers, routers, okay, cabinets, and then surveillance systems, security systems, CCTV, and other securities, and then mobile tools for interactive applications. So if there are applications related to some monitoring, then it is also integrated into BMS. So it is actually the monitoring of all the systems that resides within the data center. So BMS in DC, okay, so BMS, so we'll go into each of the main components of BMS, okay, and so one of them is fire system, because this is one of the very critical system that has to be adopted in data centers, fire system, to protect server from fire. 4 types of fire systems can be used in data centers. One is fire alarm system, so if there is anything, you have the alert, there is the sound coming. This system can alert that which portion of data center has been affected by fire. Detectors mounted in all areas under this system and get connected with fire alarm panel through connecting cables. When any detector has detected smoke, then fire alarm panel gives alert about fire affected area. So if there is any fire, then the fire alarm system provides the alarm or sound or light. Okay, so it's also light. And there is another system called very early smoke detector alarm system, VESDA we call it. The fire system and VESDA system both detect smoke, but fire alarm detects smoke after fire, and VESDA can alert before fire. आगो बलेर धुवा निस्किनुभन्दा पहिले these are more modern system, okay, Vesta system. So if there's just smoke before fire, then this can detect early smoke, okay, so more efficient and effective system than fire alarm system. When level of smoke and dust exceed from normal, then Vesta panel will alert, okay. Gas release panel to extinguish fire. Gas cylinders can be used in data centers. Gas filled in these cylinders can be released in data center through gas release nozzles, which get connected with cylinders through pipeline. Amount of nozzles and cylinders are decided on the basis of an area of server room and electrical room. So there are detection systems, smoke detection system, and there are gas release systems. Okay, so there are pipes and nozzles. So if there is any fire, to extinguish fire, then gas are released to put out the fire. And there is also fire extinguisher. If the fire is not very big, okay, we use fire extinguisher. But if the fire is greater, then we use this gas release panel. Fire extinguisher to release gas from gas release panel for any small fire may prove extremely costly, and it is not used for control room. So in order to handle small size fire and control room fire, medium size carbon dioxide fire extinguisher should be placed in control room. सानो फायरको लागि पुरै gas release गर्दाखेरि it might be costly, so for small fires fire extinguishers are used. So one of the critical components to monitor in BMS is fire system. Second is cooling system. So there are various cooling systems, but here we'll just discuss about precision air conditioning. The term PAC that was used by Cloud Himalaya in Nepal. Okay, Cloud Himalaya पनि मलाई फोन गर्दाखेरि we use PAC भन्थ्यो कि precision air condition. So this this is used for cooling, and other HVACs and crack and all these units also come into this. Okay, you can add those components. I have not included that one, but you can add those components. Um, so normal air conditions is used for maintaining temperature for humans, but PAC is used for equipment cooling because PAC can efficiently control both temperature as well as humidity. Just the crack units are these are more related to temperature, okay, but precision air condition PAC, this can control humidity as well as temperature. Use a PAC in server room is for cooling of servers. PAC inserts cool air from both side of the rack and shock hot air from above side of rack. It is both. It is known both as cold aisle and hot aisle respectively. PAC represents status of temperature, humidity, and error on its display. So PAC, it has got the monitoring system. Okay, it has got its own monitoring system, and it will display temperature, humidity, and if there is any error, okay, if the system is unable to maintain temperature and humidity as requirement, होइन त्यस्तो केसमा चाहिँ error message पनि यसले display गर्छ. Status of PAC can also be monitored by computer if PAC gets connected to computer and program. So it can be monitored by computer as well if it's programmed and if it uses computer. Third is water leakage detector system. Water is also one component which has to be managed, because if there is overflow of water, कुनै cooling equipmentहरूले काम गरेन भने, then maybe it will lead to accumulation of water, है. त्यस्तो कुराहरू पनि, it is also one critical aspect which has to be monitored in data center. In server room, servers get placed on false floor, means raised floor, okay, so that the server room's true floor is not visible. If water sweeps from PAC or any other place in server room, that may result into short circuit or water damage. अब water accumulation भयो भने यो cooling units बाट, जस्तै fridge, तपाईले घरको fridge बन्द गरिदिनु, you will see water at the bottom of the fridge. Okay, so accumulate त्यो water accumulation हुन्छ त्यही भएर if it doesn't work okay this cooling system then accumulation of water is very likely. Water leakage detector system can be used to prevent this type of condition. Water detector cables get connected with water leakage detector system panel. When water will touch detector cable, then water leakage detector panel will alert that this portion of server rooms get affected by water. त्यो पानी भयो भने पनि के गर्छ त त्यो पाइपमा पानी पर्यो भने त्यसपछि सर्भर रुममा पानी भयो है भनेर चाहिँ एउटा डिटेक्टर सिस्टम हुन्छ. This system also gets controlled and monitored through computer if water leakage detector panel get connected to computer and program. यदि प्रोग्राम गरेर कम्प्युटरसँग हामीले कनेक्ट गरेका छौँ भने it will give an alert that water has accumulated in data center. And another aspect to overlook in data center is power supply system. In power supply system, we basically overview electrical panel and then UPS, okay? This panel is low tension panel. Low tension भनेको low voltage panelहरू high voltage को गर्दैनौँ, okay? Low voltage, but there should be more than one incomer भनेको multiple feedsहरू भयो भने अथवा multiple sourcesहरू भयो भने if one incomer is failed then server load can be transferred to another. जस्तै यसको केसमा दुईटा फरक युटिलिटी पनि हुन सक्यो अथवा एउटा युटिलिटी र एउटा जेनेरेटर पनि हुन सक्यो. ओके सो दिज आर टु डिफरेन्ट सोर्सेस. इनकमर भनेको मतलब सोर्सेस हो है. It may become more reliable if incomers are from different service providers or one informer from private DG system. DG means distributed generation system, which can either be a solar panel or sometime a generator. Okay. This DG you can see there, it is distributed generation system. Okay. Solar panelsहरूले generate गरेको एउटा solar farm पनि हुन सक्छ, or sometime it can be referred to as generator. Reading of this panel can be visible on computer screen if panel is connected to the computer and program. So if it's programmed and then connected to computer, तपाईले के गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ, monitor गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ. UPS, it's simply help in prevention of interruption power supply during power cutoff. There should be two types UPS used in data center. One UPS for BMS system. If in case of power cut, this UPS can be used to feed power to BMS system and lights of data center, and another UPS for servers and routers. Okay, use of this UPS is only for supply power to the servers. And security system, to monitor the security of data center, there are different aspects we can apply. Okay, one is CCTV, closed circuit television. It can be used to record every operation and to monitor all data center continuously, as well as motion mode. Okay, in continuous mode, cameras continuously displays and records, but in motion mode, cameras continuously display but record only. It senses but record only when it senses motion. अब continuous mode मा चाहिँ त्यो continuously चाहिँ उले के गर्ने भयो, को आयो को गयो भनेर चाहिँ उले सबै रेकर्ड गर्ने भयो 24 hours 7 days a week. Okay, but in case of continuous mode मा सबै रेकर्ड गर्छ. मोशन मोड मा चाहिँ केही हल्लियो भने, okay, if there is any motion then automatically it will start to record, otherwise it won't record anything. Okay, there are two types of CCTV. One is analog CCTV, which uses DVR, okay, digital video recorder. Nowadays we don't see these DVRs. पुरानो जसले राख्यो, okay, DVRs. Nowadays we use NVR, network video recorder, which is based on IP, okay, IP CCTV, and you can see it anywhere because it's connected to network. You can observe your CCTV anytime, whenever you want. Access control system, only authorized persons who has authority to access can open this door by his card, his or her card. Okay, access control system get connected to computer and software and can be used to make card history report, to issue new card, to change card holder details, and to change access level, etc. So if you have this access control connected to the system, okay, then it can also renew. You can have the history of access and everything. Rodent repellent system. Rodent भनेको rats, okay, mouse and rats, or pest. Rodent repeller system work as electronic pest control. These transducer transmit ultrasonic wave, so they send waves, okay. Transducers for rodent or pest repellent, we use transducers, okay, ultrasonic waves, by which rats cannot live in there. Level of ultrasonic frequency can be changed by control panel of rodent repellent system. त्यो फ्रिक्वेन्सीको वेभ चाहिँ उनीहरूले टोलरेट गर्न सक्दैन. इफ यु हेभ known, then you also have this for mosquitoes. तपाईँहरूको एपहरू हेर्नुभयो भने मस्किटो रिपेलेन्ट पनि हुन्छ कि यो साउन्ड वेभ. अनि त्यसपछि एउटा फ्रिक्वेन्सीमा चाहिँ यो मस्किटोहरूले चाहिँ टोलरेट गर्न सक्दैन कि त्यो साउन्ड. हामीले त टोलरेट गर्छौँ होइन, हामीले त सुन्दैनौँ. सुन्यो भने नि इट डजन्ट एफेक्ट अस, but mosquitoes, they don't like that sound. So if they don't like it, they cannot tolerate it, then they don't come near you. Okay, have a look with that one in your app in your mobile. You can get these ones, or equipment as well. Others, motion sensors, switches for lighting. Simple switch lights control many simple switch light control may cause increased power consumption. To reduce power consumption, motion sensors can be used. When motion sense motion, then it puts on light. And emergency exits, server rooms is counted as fire hazards area, and it gets fully sealed. So for this safety purpose, emergency exit doors can be used in data centers. So other systems that can be integrated into BMS, okay, is motion sensors. Okay, जस्तै मान्छे गइसकेपछि मात्र बत्ती बल्ने. ओके, नेपालमा खासै युज भएको भेटिँदैन, बट इन द वेस्ट घरमा पनि राख्ने चलन छ है. घरमा पनि घरमा आइसकेपछि मात्रै मोसन सेन्स गरेर चाहिँ घरको अगाडिको बत्ती बल्ने छैन. ओके, त्यस्तो केसहरू हुन्छ. त्यो गऱ्यो भने इनर्जी सेभिङ भयो नि त होइन. जस्तै अब सर्भर रुममा लाइट किन बाल्नु पर्यो? If someone goes in, automatically it detects motion and lights are turned on. है. अनि अर्को कुरा emergency exit को चाहिँ, if you go to developed countries, the first thing before you start your work is your safety. Okay, they will teach you. It's like a training. तपाईँ सुरुमा हाम्रोमा चाहिँ जबमा काम कसरी गर्ने भन्ने सुरुको दिनबाट सुरु हुन्छ. तर तपाईँको चाहिँ बाहिर काम गर्दाखेरि सबभन्दा पहिला काम गर्नुभन्दा पहिला चाहिँ सेफ्टीको एउटा सानो ट्रेनिङ हुन्छ. They will tell you what to do regarding safety. अनि every year there is a drill of safety. सेफ्टी भइसकेपछि के गर्ने, त्यसपछि कुन एरियामा जम्मा हुने, कुन बाटो भएर जाने, what you will do. You are trained each year for the safety. Okay, अनि एक्जिट इमर्जेन्सी एक्जिटहरू बसमा भयो, अनि त्यसपछि बिल्डिङमा काम गर्ने बिल्डिङमा सबैतिर चाहिँ त्यो इमर्जेन्सी एक्जिट डोर्सहरू they maintain it. Okay, so they are quite when you work you feel like a professional when you work in the West. Okay, that was it with the BMS. Any question regarding BMS from anyone? Do you have any confusion?
No, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, actually, so you have to understand that BMS is related to automation, right? Automation, but using hardware. Hardware implement गरेर automation गर्नेलाई we call this as BMS. Okay, and we try to monitor everything. Okay, everything चाहिँ हामीले hardware implementation गरेर monitor एकदम क्रिटिकल कम्पोनेन्ट्सहरूलाई मोनिटर गर्ने way. Okay, so mechanism is known as BMS. So you can see here in this figure there is management, maintenance, okay, operation, three different aspects of BMS. So management is related to global strategies, cost allocation, trends, and then maintenance is related to monitoring and fault detection, and then operation is related to centralized manual intervention or visualization. And what do we do? Related to lighting, HVAC, cooling, okay. HVAC, in case of pack, you can also add HVAC, okay. And then safety alarms, okay, access control, intrusion alarms, and other aspects we can add, okay. So PMS means automation and control of these aspects. EMS EMS is now more specific, okay. BMS ले overall जताततैको securityहरू हेर्थ्यो भने now EMS is related to energy management. So how we can make the data center more energy efficient, okay. And this is through analytics. We don't use hardware implementation. त्यस्तोको कुरा भएन. We do analysis, okay. We modernize systems, okay. And we try with data. So how to make it energy efficient. Energy management is especially crucial for data centers as energy costs continue to rise for industrial spaces. Successful energy management relies on detailed energy usage data. हामीले कसरी कुन रूपमा इनर्जी युज गरिरहेछौँ, कहाँ कहाँ केमा इनर्जी युज भएको छ होइन, कता घटाउन मिल्छ कि लाइक वी युज दिस लाइट सेन्सर्स. डाटा सेन्टरको लाइटहरू किन बालेर राख्ने? Why don't we use motion sensors? होइन, त्यो गऱ्यो भने we save energy. Power meters are useful tools to gather feedback on energy consumption and daily usage. अब पावर मिटर्सहरू राख्ने अनि त्यसले कति कति कुन कुन ठाउँमा कति कति इनर्जी युज भएको छ भन्ने त्यो पत्ता लगाउने. Then you calculate power usage effectiveness. Okay, we have discussed about this power usage effectiveness. PUE is the ratio of how efficiently a computer data center uses energy. Of the world larger data centers, most average a PUE of 2.5. As a best practice, PUE should be less than 1.5. There जस्तोको एभरेजमा 2.5 हुन्छ भने we expect it to be 1.5 if it provides excellent performance with PUE. Okay. Energy management systems are also often commonly used by individual commercial entities to monitor, measure, and control their electrical building loads. A buildingमा electrical loadsहरू छ भने त्यसलाई manage गर्नको लागि पनि we use this EMS. Okay. Energy management system can be used to centrally control devices like HVAC units and lighting system across multiple locations such as retail, grocery, restaurants, sites, etc. So EMS not only in data centers but also other retails, groceries, supermarkets, restaurants, and this can be implemented. EMS can also provide metering, sub-metering, and monitoring functions that allow facility and building managers to gather data and insight that allows them to make more informed decisions about energy activities across their site. So it also helps to provide metering. कति कति बिजुली उभा छ अथवा sub metering if you want to see in each components and monitoring the functions around the facility, okay, and gather data and insight. जस्तै अहिले कन्ज्युम भइरहेछ, हामीले कुनै थपियो भने त्यसपछि त्यसले कति अझै बढाउँछ भन्ने कुरा, okay, future calculations. These details can be obtained using EMS. So in EMS, what do we focus on? Which components do we focus on? What are the components we focus on? The first is smoke. Okay, smoke detector. We also need this one. EMS मा चाहिँ एउटा smoke detector पनि एउटा component हो to help alert operation about a possible outbreak in the server room. Second is the temperature of the room. Energy management system, we also see how the temperature is maintained, what the temperature is maintained. So in data center, it is necessary to monitor the temperature of server room continuously. Okay, the required temperature of server room is between 20 to 25 centigrade. Hence, temperature must be part of your data center monitoring system in EMS. Okay, the temperature of each panel and rack, server rack. So it is possible that one particular rack is getting overheated. If not attended, it will affect the performance of particular server rack. Hence, your environment monitoring of a data center should preferably include these parameters. So we we have this in EMS, we have this smoke detector system, we have this room temperature monitor system, we have this temperature monitoring at even the rack. Okay, server racksहरूमा पनि टेम्परेचर कति छ भनेर चाहिँ त्यो मोनिटरिङ सिस्टम राखिएको हुन्छ. And humidity, if equipments are exposed to high humidity for a long time, it can cause damage to electronic items. Hence, we must maintain the humidity less than 0. Uh, Humidity between, okay, it's more preferred between 40% RS to 45% RS. Okay, so we should also have the monitoring of humidity across the equipments. Also, low humidity causes static electricity. Environments monitoring for data center server room with phones and SMS alerts. So धेरै humidity भयो भने पनि electronic items get damaged. Low humidity भयो भने पनि there is accumulation of static electricity. So humidity should be maintained as requirement. And त्यस्तो humidity चाहिँ तलमाथि भयो, temperature तलमाथि भयो भने for environmental monitoring there should have the alert message, SMS message, or some alert system to serve to specific room. Okay, to person or room. Okay, there should be alert system. Other systems we also monitor in EMS is power failure. Power failure can stop the very important operation running in the server room. Although all server rooms have power backup, they can run the server room only for only a few hours. Hence, it's necessary to know the reason for power failure as soon as it occurs. This helps to fix the problem of power failure. Power failure monitoring is an essential part of any server monitoring and alert system. So there can be issues regarding power failure. Okay, कुनै पनि कम्पोनेन्ट जस्तै ट्रान्सफर्मर छ, पिडियुमा त्यो ट्रान्सफर्मरमा इस्यु आयो भने पनि पावर फेलियर हुन्छ. सो देयर सुड बी मेकानिजम टु मोनिटर power. Water leakage in the server room can also be serious. It may occur due to high condensation in the room or due to defects of HVAC system. Our water leakage monitoring system helps to find out the leakage in the location instantly, and hence it is most effective way to monitor the water leakage as a part of environmental monitoring system of a server room. So it also constitute of water leakage monitoring system in EMS as well. We have this in BMS. It is also the critical component in EMS to be monitored. EMS selection consideration. Operate even in the case of server breakdown. Your EMS system should operate even if there is server breakdown, even if there is the failure in internet connection नभयो भने तपाईको त्यो EMS system ले काम गरेन भने that doesn't make any sense. The server room monitoring system should continue to operate on a backup battery even in the case of power failure. Okay, server room alert system should be able to make phone calls and SMS alerts without any cloud-based service. It is better to have a SIM card-based alert system so that even if the internet fails, you'll continue to receive alerts. Able to monitor the current situation remotely through a cloud-based server of the server room environmental monitoring system. Record the data so that you can view and analyze it later. So to select EMS, it should operate even if there is power, there is no power, there is no internet. Okay, so you should have a separate, like battery backup, even to monitor these systems. Okay, and there should be also separate alert system. इन्टरनेटबाट अलर्ट नभएर एसएमएस बेस्ड सिस्टमबाट अलर्ट भएर इफ देयर इज एनी इस्युज रिगार्डिङ द कन्फिगुरेसन कुनै अलर्ट सिस्टम आउनु पर्यो भने then you get the alert and then you can maintain it in the right time. Okay, so this is EMS selection system. And then best practice, in addition to lowering the PUE, data center can implement a number of best practice to cut energy usage. Some of the best practice include upgrade hardware to be more efficient. पुरानो सिस्टमहरूभन्दा नयाँ नयाँ सिस्टमहरू इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्दै जाने. Use cooling liquid instead of fans. Okay, eliminate inactive sensors. त्यत्तिकै जुन हामीले युज गर्दैनौँ सेन्सर्सहरू, जुन जुन काममा काम गर्ने सेन्सर्सहरू, बिकज यु विल जस्ट वेस्ट एनर्जी. ओके, कुन कुन ठाउँमा चाहिने ठाउँमा मात्रै सेन्सर्स राख्ने र त्यो मात्रै युज गर्ने. रिडिजाइन रुम टु प्रमोट बेटर एयर फ्लो राम्रोसँग गर्न सक्यो भने यो तपाईँले कम जस्तै एचभ्याकहरूले चाहिँ मेन्टेन गर्नु परेन होइन, राम्रो एयर फ्लो हुने ठाउँमा. The most practical method of improving PUE and implementing best practice is to use a power meter to monitor energy. सबभन्दा मेन कुरा के भयो त, जस्तै PUE को पर्फर्मेन्सको लागि तपाईँले के भइरहेछ भन्ने कुरा त थाहा पाउनु पर्यो नि. सो वेयर यु आर युजिङ इनर्जी, कहाँ इनर्जी युज भइरहेछ, त्यसलाई कसरी घटाउन सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरा यु हेभ टु प्रायोरिटाइज द्याट वान. Information from a power meter such as feedback on energy consumption and daily usage are effective energy management tool. हाम्रो कहाँ कहाँ इनर्जी युज भइरहेछ, कहाँ कहाँ कति कति भइरहेछ, कहाँ बढी भइरहेछ, कहाँ कम भइरहेछ, तर त्यो बढी भएको ठाउँलाई कसरी घटाउन सकिन्छ र कम भइरहेको ठाउँलाई पनि अझै कम कसरी गर्न सकिन्छ. ओके, यु ट्राई टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड दिस एन्ड यु ट्राई टु इम्प्लिमेन्ट न्यू आइडियाज टु डिक्रिज द energy usage, then that will give you a better performance in PUE. Combining power monitoring with best practice makes data center more energy efficient. कहाँ कहाँ कति कति युज भइरहेछ भने मोनिटर पनि गर्ने होइन, अनि त्यसलाई के गर्ने पर्फर्मेन्समा प्र्याक्टिकली इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्न खोज्ने. ओके, सो दिस विल प्रोभाइड यु विथ मोर एनर्जी इफिसियन्ट data center. Okay, any confusion regarding EMS? Any of you regarding EMS?
सर त्यो स्मोक डिटेक्टरले चाहिँ कसरी EMS को
एक्चुअली इज फर सेफ्टी, त्यसमा अरू केही पनि छैन. मेन कुरा सेफ्टीको लागि. जस्तै समटाइम यो दुइटै इन्ट्रिगेट भएको हुन्छ भन्ने हुँदैन कि. तपाईँको जस्तै BMS राख्नै पर्छ भन्ने छैन. मेबी वान डाटा सेन्टर जस्ट वान्ट टु इम्प्लिमेन्ट EMS. ओके, EMS एउटा सेफ्टीको लागि. ओके, द्याट्स जस्ट फर सेफ्टी. जस्तै तपाईँले BMS मात्रै इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्न सक्नुभयो, EMS मात्रै इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्न सक्नुभयो. ओके, मेबी यु डोन्ट ह्याभ बोथ अफ देम, तर एउटा अटोमेसनमा ल्याउनको लागि EMS को एउटा रिक्वायरमेन्ट पनि हो कि त्यो. ओके, सेफ्टी एन्ड रिक्वायरमेन्ट. अब त्यसले इनर्जी अब हेर्ने हो भने if there is fire, when there is fire, it's related to many critical components होइन, अनि त्यसपछि it's also अलिकति related to energy as well. तपाईँको सर्ट सर्किट हुँदाखेरि होइन, then it can affect many components होइन. तर त्यो चाहिँ सकभर तपाईँले त्यसलाई जोगाउन सक्नुभयो भने, if you have the safety first, it saves energy. No, सेफ्टी नै पहिला एप्लाई गर्न सक्नुभयो भने त इट्स अल्सो अ वे अफ सेभिङ एनर्जी होइन र.
Yes, sir.
So difference between BMS and EMS. In BMS you have hardware installation required. Okay, you have to implement hardware to monitor होइन. EMS चाहिँ बढी एनालाइटिकल, it doesn't require hardware installation. It requires data monitoring. Okay, and then it is cost prohibitive means you have to अब हार्डवेयर इम्प्लिमेन्टेसन गर्न कस्ट चाहियो, यसमा चाहिँ डाटा एनालाइसिस गर्ने हो. So it does not require cost, so it is cost effective. BMS automates the control of things like heat pumps, lighting system, HVAC boxes, and all of this simplifies the job of chief engineers and building operators. Okay, EMS provides advanced analytics and are the brain of operations, taking in all data and processing the information as they come. Daily basis मा चाहिँ information के आउँछ त्यसलाई process गर्नेलाई we call this as EMS. Okay, so it does not BMS, it does not effectively optimize building management. किन भन्दाखेरि हामीले डाटासँग रिलेट गर्दैनौँ नि, हामीले चाहिँ कन्ट्रोलको कुरा गर्छौँ, डाटा एनालाइसिसको कुरा गर्दैनौँ बिएमएसमा. बट इन इएमएस वी डिस्कस अबाउट डाटा. किन त नि यो बिल्डिङ यो एरियाले यति धेरै इनर्जी युज गरेछ, देन इट क्यान बी अ टक इन म्यानेजमेन्ट. हाउ क्यान वी रिड्युस द कस्ट अफ दिस इनर्जी कन्जम्सन, त्यस्तो कुराले चाहिँ इट्स मोर इफेक्टिभ टु अप्टिमाइज बिल्डिङ म्यानेजमेन्ट. होइन, जहाँ डाटाको कुरा आउँछ त्यसमा म्यानेजमेन्ट बढी हुन्छ. तर बिएमएसले डाटाको कुरा गर्दैन, यसले के गर्छ त कन्ट्रोल अटोमेसनको कुरा मात्रै गर्छ. इट डज नट ट्र्याक इनर्जी युसेज. उसले के गर्ने भयो त बिएमएसले कति इनर्जी युज गर्छ भन्ने डाटा राख्ने भयो, मोनिटर गर्ने भयो. बट इट डज नट केयर तल र माथि कति युज गर्यो, यसले आज धेरै गर्यो कि थोरै गर्यो भनेर बिएमएसले चाहिँ त्यति इफेक्टिभली डाटा एनालाइज गर्ने भएन भने इएमएस इट ट्र्याक्स इनर्जी युसेज एन्ड the management will definitely talk about if some equipments are using data, using more energy, होइन. अनि पछि मान्छेले जस्तै if you have if some of the equipments are using more energy, then maybe they will contact to other providers. अनि उनीहरूसँग कुरा बुझेर what equipments they have and how efficient the system is, and they can adopt the new system with more efficient, energy efficient. Okay, so you have to understand BMS is more related to automation with hardware. EMS is analysis, okay, with the data we get. Okay, and it is related to energy management. BMS is overall management, supply management, but EMS is related to energy management. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Vijay?
Yes, sir.
Robin? Any question? Robin, are you there? Pradeep, Adil, Sandesh, Apil, Vishwas, are you there?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
त्यो
Any
सेकेन्ड लास्ट पोइन्टको भन्दैन न सर एक्चुअली.
second last, which second last? It does not effectively optimize
Yes,
building. It does not effectively optimize building management. It means that अब म्यानेजमेन्ट कुरा हामीले मोनिटर कुरा गर्ने र म्यानेजमेन्ट, द डिफरेन्स बिट्विन वाट इज मोनिटरिङ एन्ड वाट इज म्यानेजमेन्ट. म्यानेजमेन्ट भनेको वी विल गिभ द बेस्ट, होइन, म्यानेज गर्ने त्यसलाई इफिसियन्ट कसरी बनाउने भन्ने कुरा आउँछ. मोनिटरिङ भनेको के भइरहेछ त्यसमा मात्रै हेर्ने कुरा आउँछ. ओके, बिएमएसले के गर्छ, उसले त हेर्ने मात्रै हो, भएको छ कि भएको छैन भनेर हेर्ने मात्रै हो. त्यो जुन रूपले हुनुपर्ने हो त्यसले भएको छ कि भएको छैन भन्छ भने EMS it will analyze and make the analysis of the data. डेटाले भएको छ कि भएको छैन भनेर हामीले अघि पनि कुरा गऱ्यौँ. अब डेटा आयो, डेटा आउँदाखेरि अब यो एउटा पार्टले चाहिँ डाटा सेन्टरको एउटा पार्टले चाहिँ एकदम हाई इनर्जी कन्ज्युम गरिरहेछ, मेबी लाइक HVAC युनिट, त्यसको एकदम हाई इनर्जी कन्जम्सन भएको छ. अब हामीले के गर्न सक्छौँ, त्यो यसले चाहिँ एकदम बढी खायो, इनर्जी एकदम बढी युज भएको छ यो HVAC सिस्टमहरूले. हामीले लेट्स सी HVAC अर्को कम्पनीको अरूसँग भएको HVAC को पनि स्पेसिफिकेसन हेरौँ न, उनीहरूको इनर्जी कन्जम्सन कस्तो छ. ओके, देन विल करेस्पोन्ड टु मेबी 10 भेन्डर्स अफ HVAC. उनीहरूको स्पेसिफिकेसन्स आउँछ, स्पेसिफिकेसन्स आइसकेपछि विल लुक इन्टु इनर्जी. अनि त्यसपछि हाम्रो बिल कसले कसको सबैको सेम त हुँदैन. ओके, सबैको सेम नभइसकेपछि देन जसको कम छ विल इम्प्लिमेन्ट ओके अब कस्ट हेर्छौँ हामीले कस्ट एकदम कस्ट म्यानेजेबल छ र इनर्जी इफिसियन्ट छ भने विल पुट अ न्यू सिस्टम देन अनवर्ड्स इट्स मोर इफिसियन्ट तर यता बिएमएसमा के हुने भयो त्यसले त्यसको रेटिङ अनुसारले काम गर्छ त्यो एचभ्याकले आफ्नो रेटिङ अनुसारले काम गरेछ कि छैन द्याट इज वाट इट मोनिटर्स त्यसको इनर्जी इफिसियन्ट कति हो जस्तै उसले कन्ज्युम गर्ने इनर्जी कति हो र उसले त्यही अनुरूपले काम गरेछ कि छैन भन्ने बिएमएसले हेर्छ तर इएमएसले चाहिँ त्यो हेर्दैन उसले कम्पोनेन्ट्सहरूमा कुनले कति गर्यो इनर्जी इफिसियन्ट कुन कुन आधारले कम गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरा हेर्छ सो अप्टिमाइजेसन इनर्जी अप्टिमाइजेसन चाहिँ इएमएसबाट हुन्छ बिएमएसबाट हुँदैन गट इट
Yes, sir.
okay so I think we have come to the end of this chapter okay so this is the end of chapter 11 and we have this chapter 12 fire suppression system this is the last chapter and maybe we'll have another 2 days 2 lectures before we come to the end of this course if you have any questions regarding previous topics we have discussed you can bring in the next 2 classes okay and then we can discuss about those stuff please go through all the slides we have gone through if there are any questions we can also discuss that so this much for today and thanks for coming today is Friday so I think some of you might have a good day today no Friday you do some extra things okay so enjoy your weekend we call it so have a nice day thank you
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. You too.